big cliff. Not climbable. Stay right there, truck. Now I just gotta look for a, I think I saw an easier deer access path up here. Here's a good deer crossing. So I'm hoping, we're gonna trust the deer, and I'm hoping they know to go around and up and over the rock on that side. Hopefully that's where it leads. Catching my breath. That was not an easy trail. But let me tell you, deer really do know best, because this leads right out into the field. I've already taken 2 spiders to the face, so I'm not taking any chances. Did I mention how much I hate scouting this summer? Oh yeah, it's a field. It's a field with thistles this tall. Stop. There's a creek over there in the woods line. I'm hoping I can walk the creek all the way up to where I want to go and not have to walk through this, because this is much taller than my head. Oh yeah. After getting through that debacle, I think this is going to be a much easier to walk. Good choice, Caitlin. Good choice. I definitely took the hardest way possible, but you don't know until you get boots on the ground. Finally found this open area at the corner of this field. I know deer are kind of eating everything during the summer. I'm gonna like mental note mark this spot, but I'm starting to think that if I were to get a deer here, it would be very hard for me to get it out unless I push it over the side of the cliff. Bean field's literally right there, straight down over this cliff. I mean, I could do that, right? And sometimes you just gotta know when to abort mission. Even if I did find a good spot up there, there's no way I'm getting a deer out by myself. Alright, let's try this again. Different piece of public land. I saw this little access road. Looks like an easy walk, so I'm just gonna walk down it and see if I see a place to enter in the woods that doesn't look like this. Well, I just spooked a deer, so that's a good sign. Finally into deer. Just crossed a creek down there, and there's a couple of old rubs up here. Here we go. First halfway decent rub. That's pretty fresh. Okay, so I've decided to put my trail camera on this tree. I think these are called beech nuts, although I'm not quite sure. I do see a couple beech nut trees. I think the deer eat these. I could be wrong. Regardless of whether they eat those or not, there's just a whole bunch of trails from the creek leading up into this thick stuff. So there goes another deer. Okay, really good sign in here, obviously. You already know I gotta lock all my cameras to public. I've never had one stolen yet. Knock on wood. I would call that a successful scouting trip. That makes me feel much better. Easy in, easy out. No sign of humans yet. What are we doing today, Shannon?
Feeding deer.
So I got my sister with me this week. This is Shannon.
Hi.
And we are going to be going to Kentucky to go camping and scouting and moving around some trail cameras. But today we're still in Ohio and we are feeding deer, doing deer chores, and putting up a tree stand. So let's go. Well, that's one way to open a bag of corn. Just chuck it on the ground.
Where? Just anywhere?
Yeah, just anywhere.
I was better. One of my boots.
We pick out a tree to put my lone wolf tree stand in, which you guys all know that I'm a saddle hunter, but I'm going to hybrid hunt this spot this year because it is so close to bedding. I'm gonna do the lone wolf climbing sticks and their really lightweight tree stand. It's meant for mobile hunting, but I'm gonna set that up in a tree and use it like hybrid hunting this year. That way I can just slip right in, climb up, and be ready to go. So let's pick out a tree. Looks wrong, but it's not. Oh wait, no. No, it's other side.
That's what we just did.
Oh no, this is the front. So then this is the front. I did have it right. I had a question. Do not lose. You know what I mean? Like put the bolts on all the nuts and start.
Goodness, there's 4.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just put the bolts on all the nuts and start adding them in, and then
I was wondering why you got
it's
so many
going
screws.
way quicker with me doing this. And that is what it looks like when it's done. Can you hand me a stick?
Huh?
Can you hand me a stick?
A big one or like this one?
No, a climbing stick.
Oh.
That would have been the funniest TikTok.
It's still recording.
Oh,
I don't know if it got the audio. I don't know what you needed it for.
wow, I totally put these cables on backwards. I'm gonna regret that hard. I can't believe I put these cable eaters on backwards.
You considering fixing them?
Yeah, because it's pulling on this metal thing and I think it's gonna make it break. Oh, idiot. See, now I'm all camboozled.
Miscombobulated.
This is how it is every year. They do this every year. After I started climbing the tree, I realized that I put these cables on backwards. See how they go like this? They're supposed to go like this. Because I couldn't put my foot in the cable because it was leaning against the tree.
Taking them off is going to suck so bad.
Shut up. We are in Kentucky. Got all of our stuff packed and ready to go, going to the campground. It is 8 o'clock, and instead of going to the campground to set up in daylight, we're looking for deer. Are you almost ready? We'll start scouting and looking for new spots. Other than being on a deer trail, there's nothing in this spot that makes me be like, yeah, I want to hunt it. And yet another spot to try out. We're gonna check out the top of this ridge. It drops off on both sides, but it looks like a flat ridge with some oak trees, so we're gonna go check it out. What is this spot number, like 6? 7? Something like that. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a trail camera on this tree right here. This is the view. So we came in on this trail here. There's a trail going this way, and it goes on like the edge of like a cliff. This drops off, and this trail goes all the way around. I think there's gonna be a lot of acorns that drop in here, but they haven't dropped yet, and there's not very much deer sign like right now, but I did find a couple of beds. Here's another bed. Can tell it's a bed because there's a deer hair in it. Well, Shannon's just found the best rub we've seen. Oh, wait, let me take a picture. Good job, Shan.
Thank you.
Well, I haven't seen a view like this in Kentucky quite yet. It looks like this would be a really good spot to finish climbing to the top and glass for deer. There's an old rub, another one, another old one. Here's a trail going right through here. I just had a feeling. Yeah, bucks love these little pines. Look behind you, there's one right there behind you. Yeah. Another one. So all those rubs lead to the field that we were in. I'm gonna put a trail camera right here because everything in front of me and all down the side of this ridge is nothing but rubs. I don't think the bucks are in here now, but I think they're going to come check it out in the next couple of weeks as they start to make their fall transition. I think it's safe to say, after 3 days of scouting, putting out trail cameras, and camping in Kentucky, we are over it.
Very over it.
And I'm super stoked about the fact that I can get up on top of that hill and glass for deer. Hopefully see a buck, pin where he comes out, then ambush, bam! I would really like for this stuff to work. Doesn't say how much to put on, so, but it does say it's an all year round scent. Smells like molasses. I will be absolutely ecstatic if in a couple weeks that camera takes a picture of a deer using this scrape. But I'm not picky. Let's just get some deer on camera, shall we? So 3 does and what? That looked like an 8-point buck, right? Yes. It came out of that corner. Right where that does are standing right now. We saw a total of 17 deer. 17. And one was a shooter 8-point buck. Was the first deer we saw, which is not what I expected. I expected to see the buck closer to last light, but it was the first deer. We're gonna walk out of here before it gets too dark.
Oh, look at that. Fucking crispy. Got baked potatoes down here. What do we think?
10 out of 10 delicious. I got really good steer on this one.
You did?
I said you did.
Just curious.
I just sat here and watched.
Our baked potatoes are still cooking. You can't really see because it's on the other side of the fire, but I promise you, there's 2 baked potatoes right there.
Update on the wheel bearing situation. He's trying to fix it. We're at O'Reilly's. This is gonna be interesting. Hopefully not too interesting.
I'm on, baby. All come out like that.
Got lucky on the first one.
I'm on.
They look pretty bad.
Well, we got all 4 wheel bearing bolts loose. Got the brake caliper off. Not SE certified off, but hey, that bottom bolt is not coming out. So I had to take the caliper apart. Didn't really want to, but when you're in the middle of a parking lot in another state, 3 hours from home, we're just going to have to buy some brake fluid and bleed the brakes. But better that than stranded in a parking lot.
You think we're in the clear yet?
No. I gotta get this big nut off. I gotta get the axle out, new one in, put all this back together. So no, nowhere near the clear, but we're in the right direction. We're moving in the right direction. Hey, how's public hunting going in Kentucky?
I could let you know if I was hunting. Oh, the hunting part's going great.
What you doing? Huh?
Taking a turn, hammering a rusty part off. Well, we're on the road again, so that means my truck is fixed. How'd it go?
I smashed that finger right there.
That one?
Multiple times. Terrible. As worst as you could imagine.
Can you elaborate?
Bearing is 2 pieces, and it came off in 2 separate pieces. And it took me 4+ hours to do a 60 to 80 minute job
Why's that?
because the piece wouldn't come off.
Because it was rusted on there?
Yeah,
With rust or cement?
both. It's terrible. Trying to pull her, it just pulled it in half. Finally, I sent you after a PB blaster and soaked the absolute crap out of it. And then no one had a hammer, so I had to use a roofing hammer to beat the ever-loving snot out of it. And that's when I smashed this finger right here.
Huh.
Living the dream. Hashtag, you guys think it's fun to hang out with her all the time. I promise you.
You said, we'll take your truck, it's reliable.
Yeah, well, I didn't feel like getting my oil changed or airing up the tire that was low, so.
How many hours did it take you just to beat the wheel bearing
2
off
plus.
with the cement?
2+.
How many tools did we break? At least 3.
3 pry bars, including one being your tire tool, so 4.
We broke 4 tools in the process of getting that off.
Yeah, as your truck leaked brake parts.
Fluid.
Yeah, all over.
What did you use to get it to stop you leaking brake fluid all over the parking lot?
Your chewed up gum in an aluminum foil wrapper. It worked.